hospital. Well done, Graham. And Beatty. Cynthia Legrano, Lisa Hill of Charlottesville, Virginia. Amy Reyes, Mary Smith, Helen Robinson.
Dad, pull back! Pull back! Pull back! Pull back, just pull back.
4 hours on the course. Beautiful. A great day. Great.
Hey! You did it! Hey, keep rocking, let's go get a
Stop yelling at me, please.
Okay.
Great job. The gallery, the crowd.
Just try and get on the side.
method called Tamerlan. Tamerlan goes all over the place and works the biggest events because they are the best at what they do. And they've got a bunch of wizards here. There's one guy that always tries to make me sound as good as he can. And that's Clayton. He's the kind of the leader of the pack. Clayton, again, thank you very much for all you do. And I salute you, guy. And so let's see if we can identify a few more people.
Sore but happy. I love this marathon and it's a great time.
What's a challenging or difficult part you got?
I'd say the most difficult is the last few miles. The hills, you get really excited by the crowds and you think you're done and you get to the top and then still have 6 miles to go. But the crowds.
It was a water taking once. Craig Adams, Samantha Cummings, Sarah Petrick, Ashley Hayes, Carlos Estrada, Bradley Jensen, Susan Moore, Mary Leinart, Judy Lloyd, Michael Grant, Michael Holker, Ann Burnett, Joe Patello. The stream keeps coming. 27,000 strong started out from Washington this morning, and the lion's share of them are going to finish. We this year, of course, have been blessed with a dedicated run. Last year was brutal. The conditions were killing, and yet still, even last year, under those incredible conditions, the percentage of finishes here in Boston was very, very high. And of course, the reason for that is runners have to qualify for this marathon. The lion's share of them do it all.
No, that's not what he was talking about. What the hell is that? Oh my God! Something blew up! Something blew up! Oh my God! Something happened! Holy shit!
He's having attack. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. had an explosion on the marathon course. Feet from the finish line, 2 explosions went off, one after the other. Large explosions we've had an attack here in the city of Boston.
Yes.
Stay with Gina.
Okay.
I'm going with
I have Peter's phone and his wallet and stuff.
Do you have a belt on, buddy?
Yes, sir.
Can I have it? You're gonna be all right, sweetie, okay?
You are too? No, I can move. I'm just with her. Here you go. Here you go.
Behind the knee while that.
I'm gonna stay with you. Okay?
Noah!
All right. Hear me?
You're okay, sweetie.
Is it just the two of them that are here together?
I'm going with them.
Well, you might not be. They're gonna go together. Where's the anywhere other than that?
They have to go together.
He's gonna.
What's your name?
Oh,
you feel anything any other pains other than your leg? Or they're good? Okay, that's from the explosion. Don't worry about that, okay? It was really loud. Turn again. She's bleeding really bad on the backside. Burns.
Open fractures. 2 open fractures. Okay. He's got no fracture. He's only 6, right?
Okay. Just tell her if they come over, she's gonna turn anything right here.
Okay.
They'll take her up, okay? Hey, listen. What has he got going on?
Yes, we got it. We got it.
I'm right behind you, okay? Okay?
Just move back. Okay. Can I stand right back here? I know it hurt.
Come on, let's go. People, get some treatment. Kevin, let's get a ball. My family is all right there.
I don't. The only thing, my ears.
Michael!
I have some.
Delta 907.
This is my sister. I'm going to stay with you. Okay. My sister. Can I stay with you?
Hey, call us, we need him. What is happening there?
And we are following breaking news right now here from WBZ. We've been covering the Boston Marathon on the 117th running all day long. Just moments ago, explosions near the finish line on Boylston Street in the back there.
So we have sources there, Bobby, who are there. This is on the corner of Dartmouth and Boylston, right where the finish line is. In years past, you'll recognize it as the area across from the Boston Public Library, where the medical tent is assembled. We had sources on the ground in the vicinity saying that they heard 2 explosions, 2 consecutive blasts near the finish line. They've been giving us reports of people being injured in that area. At this point, we have no idea what has been so far a picture-perfect day in terms of the weather, the crowds, what has been going on at the marathon scene. And now suddenly in the last few minutes, these reports of explosions. Our Lisa Hughes, of course, has been there covering the marathon since early this morning. We have her on the phone right now. Lisa, what can you tell us that you know from where you are?
Oh, this is a terrible situation. We have ambulances streaming into the area, people passing us in wheelchairs who are being pushed, who are bleeding, who are missing limbs. There were 2 huge explosions just seconds apart. Right in the area of Marathon Sports. If you're familiar with that, it's right by the finish line here in Boylston, in Congress Square. And the start line of anything. It's a horrible situation here with a lot of emergency vehicles moving in. They're trying very hard to get people out of the area and clear the streets right now. But you can imagine what they're crowded. And they're just trying to attend to people who are seriously injured.
Just get them out of here. This is like, you need to send people down Exeter Street. Go that way. That way. You can people are going in the house. Hey, go that way. Go that way. That's where the source is. Where the whole source is. Go that way. I was there. Hey, I was there. Can't tell me what to do. Help people go that way. Understand. Get people to go that way. I was there.
What's up? Yep. Sure. Yep. Yep. This is unbelievable. It's going to be some kind of a terrorist attack with 2 bombs that went off. Huge explosions. Yeah, I'm not going back. I'm right here. Yeah, this is going to go international. Absolutely. Did you see it? Did I see it? Oh, we're going to stop. Oh, where's what? Oh. Okay. Oh, you got right there. Yeah. I took that one out. I have the explosions on video. I have both. I mean, should I go home and just start chopping video? Look, there's still so much activity. Excuse me, man. And we're still bringing. Okay, I mean, it's still early in this situation. There's still again, we've got people being carried onto the there is blood. There are no spectators. It was off on the sidewalk. It was off to the side about 20 yards.
Guys, come on.
Yep. On the right side of Boylston Street, so me facing Boylston, so it'd be on the opposite side of John Hancock, on the side of the Charles Mark Hotel, on the right. Well, I'm looking at the Charles Mark, so we're on the back side. Up from the Charles Mark on the right, just the next street up, I guess is Exeter. So right, just inside of Exeter Street, yes. Just inside of Exeter Street on the Newbury Street side of Boylston was just Boylston and Exeter, just inside of Exeter Street. On the Boylston Street side, there was the side closest to Newbury Street, not the public library side that the Charles Mark Hotel was on. Really, feet from the Charles Mark Hotel, literally 30 feet up. That was the first explosion. that was the first explosion there, a very loud explosion with a lot of smoke. And then immediately, what? Yeah, whatever time it was, I was there on the finish line shooting finish line scenes, and then bang, off to the right, it just went off. We just heard a giant explosion, smoke billowed probably about 30 feet in the air. It was really loud, and then about less than, I'd say, 15 to 20 seconds after that, we got a second explosion up at the next corner, probably up closer to Fairfield.
Come on, guys, let's go!
So the second explosion was closer to Fairfield. First explosion, they were probably only less than 30 seconds apart before the second explosion went. It was just immediately into people were just, the crowds were thick. This was right in the middle of the spectator crowds off to the right side.
Come on, how many times I gotta tell you?
Right off there. All right. I mean, thick with spectators. We're going to have aliens.
Really?
I mean, there's blood everywhere. Blood on all the faces of the victims. Victims being carried out right now on stretchers. People. I saw someone who lost a leg, and then that much I know. People are crying. People are confused. The police got out there. It was just mayhem. It was just in the middle of the doldrum town of the race, and just like that, just an explosion. 30 seconds later, a second explosion. So there's been two scenes with multiple injuries. I would say it's going to approach 100 before this is done. I don't know if we're going to have death, but I saw dismemberment. I saw blood everywhere, blood all over the sidewalk, blood on people's faces. People were badly injured. Police around the scene. It was just a chaotic scene. I've been trying to clear the gates, trying to get to the injured. Kind of bomb it. It just went poof. Up and just went smoke. And that was it. Second bomb went off. Just as we were all responding to the first one.
You have to get out.
Second bomb went off. We have to clear the area now. I've got all the footage. Rounded up, coming back. I'm probably going to head home. I'll stay the scene here. I'll go back to the hotel.
Directly across from the library.
And then call me back. But yeah, because whatever video, if you want me to talk to people or interview on video, but I mean, I've got the video. I might be the only one that's got it. Yeah, sure, write it up. Yeah, write it up and then call me back. Well, then I should get home. That's where my computer is and everything. I'll check out fast, and I'll show it to you again. I'll just have to show you just the scene from the explosion through the second explosion until things go crazy. I'll just do a straight cut of that. They have. I'm just they should be away from the general area. I'm just back. I'm in front of the library now. I'm in the. No, I mean, I've got the stuff over there. So after that will be followed. But there's just a lot of chaos. People are running. People are trying to identify people. They're trying to move us out.
Oh, God! Out!
We're getting cleared out of the whole area. We're getting cleared out of Copley now. So probably, oh my God, everybody is crowding around the hotel. People don't know where to go because it's all been pushed down. Probably going to be tricky for me just to get out of here. So, what's that?
We have some breaking news. Otherwise, I wouldn't cut you off so abruptly. Carlos Warner, thanks for joining us. Let's get now to Boston. Apparently, there's been an explosion at the Boston Marathon. I am told one of our producers, Matt Frucci, is there on the ground talking to us by phone. What can you tell us, Matt?
Hi. It was about 15, 20 minutes ago near the finish line on Boylston Avenue here in Boston when I heard two explosions. The first one
this is video that just came into us. So this is unedited video. You can see people.
I don't even know if I can get out of here. Just all the pushed out of the square.
And two, it appears almost as in they're in different places. We'll have to figure that out as we learn more about what happened here. But again, the explosion mainly is at the Marathon Sports, and then you can hear after that call-up. It's just absolutely heartbreaking to see this. This is video, again, just coming in. You see the marathon officials there reacting, getting those fences back so people can get out of the way.
So describe the injuries as you can see them, Matt, and how far away are you from the area?
person who is the official there at the finish line. You can see him running off to with police officers to the side to assist people. We do want to warn viewers as we take a look at this. This is raw video just coming into the newsroom, and we feel that it's important to get it out there and show it to you as quickly as possible. We have not had a chance to edit this video yet.
But I have a feeling there are more off to the left where I can't see, which is where that explosion was just across the street from me. It was a pretty big explosion. We were all fleeing away. I could see that there were a bunch of people piled around what may have been a trash can or something there across the street. I'm not entirely sure.
Now, describe the scene of where this took place, Matt, for someone who isn't perhaps familiar with the Boston area. Is this an area that it obviously has, businesses, or what is it?
This is the finish line of the Boston Marathon. It's the very final mile. So it's not only crowded with runners who are running down the street, but it's also crowded with crowds lining both sides. I mean, thousands of people on both sides. We're now being moved out of the mall. So I'm not going to have eyes on the scene anymore. But I can tell you that there were thousands of people in the area. I don't know how many hurt. I can only count about 6 or 7 from what I've seen so far.
What are people there who witnessed this saying? What are their concerns? And do you think that these were members of the crowd that were injured, or were these people taking part in the marathon?
It looked like it was more members of the crowd. It looked like it happened on the sidewalk, not on the street itself. In the first big explosion that I heard, when I looked up the street, it didn't look like it was on the street itself either. It looked like it was off to the side. So on a sidewalk, or perhaps a parking lot or building, I'm not entirely sure. It was off in the distance.
Is this the finish line for the Boston Marathon? Where is it in terms of, is it near any of the sites that might be familiar to people?
Yeah, I mean, the big one is Copley Plaza Mall, which is where I'm inside right now, which is attached to the Prudential Center, which I believe is the tallest building in Boston.
Okay, and I want to tell you, Matt, we are looking at some live photos here. What appear to be authorities. It's difficult to make out, but it does appear that it is a stretcher, if I'm not mistaken, although we're not for sure about that. We're seeing some authorities walk down the street there in Boston, and we can see a number of police vehicles. Do we have Mike Brooks on the phone?
I'm here live with you.
Okay, we have Mike Brooks live with us. Mike, what can you see, especially as you're looking at the pictures here?
Yeah, it does look like fire and EMS are there on the scene. It's hard to see in the small monitor here, trying to get a larger monitor up so I can see exactly what's going on. But it does look like Boston Fire EMS there on the scene. At least one stretcher from what I'm seeing, Brianna. And I'm reaching out to some of my sources right now to try to find out exactly what's going on up there.
Just because you have such an incredible view of what's happening there right now. We could see what you mentioned that you were hearing as well, Ken.
I'm going to get up here and walk over
and
take a look at this
stay away from that for just a minute, because there is some quite a bit of blood in it. But we can see what appeared to be an explosion there at Marathon Sports, and then a little bit of what you described as I was seeing that. I'm like, wait, it looks like a second explosion happened down the street.
EMS, Brianna, there on the scene. But it's hard to tell exactly the extent of injuries that we're looking at right now. But it does look like a number of EMS teams working on multiple patients there at the scene, Brianna.
And Matt, I think you're still with me. At what point in the event did this happen?
This is near the end of the race. I mean, most of the top finishers had already finished about an hour or two ago, but my brother is running, and he still probably had another 45 minutes to go. So there's still a lot of people left on the race.
Ken, as we keep you on the phone, we just want to make sure we keep our viewers up to date here. We're looking live from Sky as medical personnel.
Matt, talk to us about this. Sort of take off your producer hat for a moment and put on your brother hat. Your brother was in this race, and I'm sure, and obviously you're right there near where this happened. How much concern do you have having gone there for what is supposed to be a very, almost a joyous occasion in a way, where your brother is doing something so difficult, and instead you're there witnessing this happen?
Would have been the highest concentration of people all crammed into that area after the turn on Boylston Street, heading down to the finish line. It does look as though any runners who were still coming to that area are clearly being sent off to a different route. The police and firefighters, EMTs on the scene are doing their best to get injured people either off in those ambulances or, as Lisa Hughes described, to the medical tent as quickly as possible.
Because of the major event that was going on with the crowd, obviously you had a medical tent set up, you had EMTs, you
Okay,
had
Matt,
Boston,
stay with us for just a moment. I do want to turn now to Lou Palumbo. He is the Director of Elite Intelligence and Protection. He's overseeing security at a number of major sporting events. Lou, what goes into security at an event like this? And to try to prevent something like this, and are you surprised that this happened, or is this something that is obviously just ultimately a fear and sort of a vulnerability of something like a marathon?
Well, I think to say it's a vulnerability is conservative. As we all know, you know, we're very porous as a nation. You would always hope that events like this would not take place, but I will tell you, it's in the forefront of the minds of law enforcement anytime an event like this is staged. You know, you're hoping the intelligence community has kind of an edge on things to where if there is information floating around regarding a possible threat, they'd be on it. You know, a lot's going to go into this now. You know, at this point, you're going to have the FBI in response, Boston PD, their bomb squad, the ATF, you know, emergency medical. They're going to be pulling cameras in the area. There's a whole process underway right now, but the reality of the situation is it is almost impossible to protect an event, especially one that is over a protracted space as a marathon is. You know, I hate to say it, but these are the times that we live in.
So when you say that they're pulling cameras, they will be looking obviously to see.
Saying right now he's being kept far from the scene.
We've heard from Matt, some people wondered if it wasn't from
any trash
a trash can in the area. What will they be looking for, Lou?
Well, on the cameras, they're going to try to pick up activity. I mean, depending on how far back.
And let me tell you, just a moment, we are looking at pictures right now of what appears to be that explosion with smoke rising. We actually could see, it did appear that we saw at least one person fall down, although it looked like perhaps their injuries were minor. But we are looking just to give you a sense of what was described as two huge explosions that happened there at the Boston Marathon.
Paul was trying to pull back the barrier there so they could get to the people who would have just been walking along Boylston Street. Thinking nothing
we're
about
looking
it
at
because
authorities
it's been
sort
such
of
a
rushing
fantastic
to the
day
scene. These are some of the
for
first pictures that are coming into CNN from our affiliate WBZ.
To me, probably to you as well,
this happened just moments ago near the finish line of the Boston Marathon.
The spirit of this day.
And Lou, are you able to see these pictures?
Beautiful.